The weather is not the only thing you can't control. In this age of ever-changing technology, the people of Blossman Gas have had to work through numerous changes. Our branch customer records have evolved from handwritten pegboard systems to bookkeeping machines and ledger cards with hand-typed statements, from hand-typed statements to copy machines, and from copy machines to computers. Of course, some people were skeptical of technology changes.
After he had already semi-retired and John was the president, we had an old IBM 402 punch card machine. It wasn't a computer, just add and subtract it. We decided we were going to join the new world and get a computer. So we ordered our first computer, which was an IBM System 3. And I mean, it was supposed to be the thing. And I think I figured out that it probably had about 0.1% of the capacity of our cell phones that we got in our pockets now. But at any rate, Mr. B was skeptical of it. You know, computer, what do we need a computer for? He started calling it Allen's Alligator. He said, it eats cash and information, and nobody knows what it does with either one of them. And so we'd worked real hard with IBM programmers and came up with a new report called a gas sales analysis that we basically still use today. And it's the first time we ever had automatically produced like gallons per mile and number of average deliveries and all of that. And he came by the office and he went in Bob's office and that was laying there and he picked it up and looked at it and, what is this? And he got to looking, laid it down, turned to Bob and said, maybe that lanky bastard knows what he's doing after all.
Technology has also affected the needs of our customers. Propane as a motor fuel, autogas, has been viable for decades and was always a minor part of Blossman's business until the Arab oil embargo and resulting energy crisis of the 1970s pushed propane into the forefront as an affordable alternative to gasoline, which had tripled in cost. In addition, propane's clean burning properties were attractive as the nation became more and more concerned about carbon emissions. Blossman Gas took to this challenge and quickly became one of the leading propane motor fuel retailers in the country, complete with first-class conversion centers and mobile mechanics to service problem systems. Although the national motor fuel market began to slip away in the 1990s, Blossman Gas has never given up on that market, knowing that at some point in time, propane would once again be recognized as the clean-burning fuel of choice. And now, as the company moves into its 61st year, it has once again established itself as a leader in what is now called the autogas market by being instrumental in establishing Alliance Autogas as a leader in the resurrected fleet autogas market and establishing fleet motor fuel accounts in metropolitan areas like Detroit, Denver, and other major cities. Autogas and computers are just two examples of how Blossman Gas has embraced technology to improve its business. Whether it's handheld computers, telemetry, state-of-the-art communication systems, or whatever, if it's good for business, Blossman Gas usually leads the industry in embracing it. In recent years, Blossman Gas and the propane industry as a whole has been facing an entirely new kind of challenge: major changes in the propane industry, primarily driven by the continual increases in the cost of propane. The wholesale cost of propane has increased 275% in the last 10 years, pushing the retail cost to levels that make it unattractive to many of our traditional residential customers. At the same time, new homes and new appliances are much more energy efficient. These two factors have combined to drastically reduce the annual usage of propane per customer. Typically, Blossman Gas is already reacting to this challenge by developing new markets, such as motor fuel, and viewing this change in our market as an exciting opportunity for future innovation and growth. And of course, the company is also continually looking at ways to refine and improve the existing components of our business. A prime example is in the service sector. As one of the few full-service propane marketers left in the industry, we have a substantial investment in people, equipment, and training. Using these resources to not only provide world-class service to our customers and also generate a return on these investments has been a challenge we have worked on for years. In the 1990s, John Blossman recognized service as a major opportunity for improving our customer service and profitability. Under Mr. J's direction, a test program was started in which the service function was taken out of the branches and given to regional service centers, whose only focus would be service.
We see this as a real opportunity to expand the service side of the business beyond just being an add-on and support for the gas. It can be a business in its own right. I think if there's anything that's true today is customers and people value their time. And we feel with these service centers we can have people that know what they're doing. We can go in and fix something and leave and not have to go back. We can schedule appointments when people need us there. And that takes a lot of work. And when you've got a group of people that are focused on that one thing, they can do a better job. It comes back to our basic overall strategy. We want to be better at what we do than anybody else. It sounds simple, but it'll be effective when we think about competing.
Although the test operations demonstrated that separating service from the retail branches did not fit with our Blossman culture, the discontinued test was turned into another opportunity, laying the groundwork for a program that is just now taking roots and will be a key part of Blossman Gas's future: quality service pricing. Yes, for over 60 years, Blossman Gas has built a legacy of turning obstacles into opportunities and has grown and prospered in the process. Today, Blossman Gas stands tall, the result of one man's dream, a dream kept alive by succeeding generations, of a company that exists for the benefit of its employees, a company whose employees keep that dream alive, facing one obstacle after another and turning them into opportunities, a company that has survived the passing of its founder, his dedicated partner, and his son, to whom he passed the torch of his dream, and a company that is now continuing to thrive under the third generation of family leadership, once again defying the odds. As Blossman Gas embarks on its 7th decade, with such uncertainty in our economy, there are those in the propane industry that view the future with pessimism, but not the people of Blossman Gas. We have defied the odds and succeeded without outside capital funds. We have lived through the challenges of rapid growth. We have overcome the worst that Mother Nature could throw at us. We've not only mastered, but we have led the way in safety, technology changes, and in meeting the challenges of the ever-evolving propane industry. We've even taken our small failures and turned them into valuable lessons for the future. So we stand, excited and ready for the next 60 years, led by a third-generation leader who embraces the legacy passed down by John and Woodrow Blossman, and who is blazing new paths for his company, just as Mr. B and Mr. J did.
To celebrate the 60-year history of our company is certainly an honor. We celebrate the legacies of Woodrow Blossman, John Blossman, and all the people of Blossman Gas that have contributed to the company's success. These men and women who overcame the odds on many occasions truly merit our respect, our admiration, and they have built a strong foundation for us to build upon. On a milestone year such as this, I think it's only natural that we become a little introspective, and so I think it's a perfect time to examine our company in terms of where we have been. If we don't remember our blessings, the odds that we have overcome, and all of our struggles, it's easy to take things for granted. And it truly is something in Blossman Gas that we've had to do all of those things and overcome many odds. And it's important that we do remember them, because if we don't, we'll forget what we stand for. Today, it's also important to remember not just where we have been, but more importantly, what we have stood for these 60 years at Blossman Gas. What we stand for is the philosophy Woodrow Blossman started with in 1951, and John Blossman expanded to include the values of our company in 1972. Many things have and many things will change, but what must not change is our commitment to why we exist. Blossman Gas exists for the benefit of our people, and we will succeed by providing superior service to our customers and also by living our values. Our first value is honesty and integrity. which is to do what we say and say what we do. This is the most basic, the most fundamental of our values, without which all the other aspects of our business fall apart. Honesty and integrity means our word can be counted on by our customers and in our dealings with each other. In terms of our interactions with our customers, I think there are 3 details that we must attend to at all times. The first is when we commit to not letting customers run out of gas, we should fulfill that obligation. The second, when we commit to show up at the appointed time for a service call or an installation call, we should show up at that time. Let's be considerate of our customers' time as well. And if we're running a little bit behind for reasons beyond our control, we can give them a call and inform them of the delay. The third basic is that we should provide accurate and timely bills to our customers. And these are the basic expectations for customers. And while we have many other responsibilities, these are the details that must always be attended to. Our second value is compassion and respect for others. And we live by the Platinum Rule, which is treating our customers the way they need to be treated and treating those we work with in the same manner. For example, in the area of collections, as we've talked about many times, we should always keep our second value and be compassionate in our dealings with our customers. This is a key to how we'll be successful. Receivables is certainly an area that always must be attended to, but we can do it in a compassionate manner. Our third value is commitment to excellence. We as individuals and as a company continually strive to maximize our potential in everything we do and in every market we serve. You know, there are a lot of things we do at Blossman Gas that few, if any, of our other propane competitors do. There are many things that we do that fly in the face of conventional wisdom. Well, the reason we do these things is that we are, and we must focus on maximizing our potential as a company and in each community we serve. And when we stumble upon a good idea, we can bring our commitment to excellence alive by acting on it and executing on that idea. Our fourth value is commitment to team. It truly is amazing what a team of selfless people can accomplish if nobody's worried about who gets the credit and everyone pulls together for a common goal. Our fifth value is accountability. Now, accountability means that we are good stewards of the company's resources. Traditionally, in most years, this has been a strong part of Blossman Gas. Now, it's been said in the past that you can't save yourself into profitability. But I would like to suggest this to you, that if you are also selling and growing your business, if we are selling and growing Blossman Gas, that we can save ourselves into greater profitability. Now, another part of accountability is a sense of urgency. In the Gospel of Matthew, it says, "Therefore do not be worried about tomorrow, for tomorrow will take care of itself. Let the day's own troubles be sufficient for the day." If we work on today's opportunities and today's issues, we have more time to deal with tomorrow's. Now, these values are all part of the legacy of our company, part of who we are today, and they will be part of what we might be at Blossman Gas in the future. When I think of what Blossman Gas might be or what it will become, there are a couple of principles that I think are important for us to keep in mind in our activities. The first one is to aim high. Over the past couple of years, we've talked about the fact that we want Blossman Gas to be a $1 billion company. Now, talk about aiming high. Well, I believe we can, and I believe it will happen. It will happen because we have great people. Long term, our industry is going to have many opportunities, and we are getting better all the time in the processes to better serve our customers productively. Now, remember the tagline of Blossman Best, people power plus process power? We must grow our company to provide opportunities for compensation increases and promotional opportunities for everyone. It's a responsibility of ours to be successful, and by people and through better processes, we can accomplish this. Now, another principle I think is good to think about is to believe in yourself. Winston Churchill once said that a pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, and an optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. I'm asking each and every one of us in the company today, when you're driving to work, think about this phrase. If by the time you get to work and you've convinced yourself to see the opportunity in every difficulty, your chances of having a great day are greatly enhanced. Well, another principle for us to think about is to use your brain. But what does this really mean to us at Blossman Gas? What it means is something I have said to our people many times, and I'm not the first one to say it. We are not going to have a 6-inch thick policy handbook on how to handle every situation. And this is what I want our people in the company to know and understand. If it's in the best interest of the customer and the best interest of the company, make a decision, do it. Take care of the situation. Yes, we're going to make some mistakes, but we can learn from them. And at the end of the day, I completely trust everyone in our company to make those decisions. And I think that's one of the things that makes Blossman Gas unique, because we've always had this philosophy of doing business. Now, one more principle, and that's expect to win. There are times when we have competitive issues, or it's very warm in the middle of winter, and we just got various issues we're dealing with that are tough. And it gets very discouraging. We all go through those times. But when it gets really tough and it becomes very discouraging, you have to always expect to win. Why? Because we will. And we will lose a few battles along the way, but because we expect to win, we'll come through those battles and we'll win the bigger issue. And we're always going to outlast people. The philosophy of why we exist, the values that we live by, and the principles that help our attitudes in our daily lives really can help us be successful, and they will help us be the company we envision. But most importantly, I want each and every person in our company to look back on their careers, but also look back in their life and be proud of what they were a part of in helping building Blossman Gas. We will all be proud of being part of something great, a great company, and we should be proud of contributing to others. At the end of the day, that is why God blessed each and every one of us with special gifts, unique to us, and that is to serve others. Keeping people warm, providing them with a hot shower, fueling their lawn equipment and vehicles while saving them money, these are worthwhile things to do. But I'm going to guess that building something, which is very rewarding, will be second fiddle to looking back on the people that we worked with every day as members of a team and all the good times we had with the friends that we made. But I do know this, and I know it as a certitude, that you all represent the finest people of any company in the United States. And on the 60th anniversary of our fine company, I celebrate, above all, you. Let's begin the work of building what we envision to get where we will be, because today is only the beginning of the next 60 years.